Okay, quick trade recap on euro dollar. Just starting off on the daily here, we can see that price tapped into this inflection point to the left over here. We do have an area of interest sat above, but as we know the nature of price, price does move up in waves. So we can see here 1, 2, and 3. Now we're getting a bit of a retest on the back here. This is on the higher time frames. It does look like it's a bullish run, and it will continue to the upside. However, let's have a look at on the intraday how we will manage to able to catch shorts within the price action here. So if I just go down to the 4 hour here, I'm just gonna bring the bars slightly back to here. Now, what we were anticipating here, again, looking at the nature of price, we had this run to the upside. It wasn't entirely impulsive. We did have a few corrections on the way up, but what we are looking at is this price action here for price to come down and meet it and then continue back up to the upside again. So within that there was a beautiful short position which moved to the downside, and now we are going to move back up. But if we go down to the 1 hour, so what we were able to see here is this very corrective leg to the downside here. Price has been trying to move to the downside for quite some time here, and even if we were to pattern separate this, you will see that there have been retests on the back end of price action here. For example, we can see here price push down, give us a little flag. This is a previous trade that we did take as well. But in terms of how we retested again on the back end over here, and now moving down to the 15-minute, we can see a little inflection point here. So this is where price tapped into. Price actually came back up to this area over here, and now we see a kind of a corrective leg here moving to the downside, but not entirely. Let's have a look at if I just move forward a few bars here, we did see price starting to form this correction right here. So if I just mark this on, so right here we can see this is the correction. Price actually, if we go back to the 1 hour, you can see the washout here. So we did have signal. So we had this signal and confirmation price action, which confirmed that we are moving to the downside, followed by a follow through. Price did attempt to come back up again over here, failed to do so, continued to move down. Going back to the 15, we can see this a little bit more clearly. And then we had this run. So this is the run which led to the 5-to-1 trade. So we have a look how it played out, right down to the bottom. Exactly what we said. So we go back to the 4 hour, and you can see how it's tested the back end of this price action to the left here. Exactly what we wanted. And what were we saying before about the bullish pressure? Now we are looking for a continued move to the upside over here. So I guess we'll see. Let's see how this works out now. But yeah, that's EU on the 5-minute. That was actually taken on the 15, in fact. It was a 15-minute flag here on this rejection candle.